So take us through some of those end-of-game situations. Obviously, you had a big lead in the fourth quarter. It comes down to the end, goes to overtime. Did you get the looks you wanted?
Yes, for the most part, yes, we did. Give sometimes the opponent credit. They made some big-time plays at the rim, but we had some decent looks that didn't go down. We didn't shoot the ball great in the fourth quarter, but I liked our process pretty much. It was what we wanted. There's always a couple possessions in every game that you're going to say, hey, I wish we could have got something better on that. But it's also defensively, too. They capitalized on some of the things we made a couple of mistakes on here and there. So it's always both ends of the court. Sometimes people always look at the offensive end. But like I said, great learning situations, Keyshawn, Alex, learning how to play at the end, putting the ball in their hands, different things. But I like the stuff that we got, and I actually thought we executed. We won that jump ball, which was big to set up the last shot. There was some real positives there that we can take from and learn from.
And Alex Sarr explodes for the first 30-10 game, the youngest Wizard to ever do that in last night's game. Talk about his performance. Also chipped in with a couple blocks, 5 assists. He was an all-around threat last night.
Yeah, we're all seeing Alex continue to grow. It's obviously all the work he's put in the offseason. The thing is him is we're putting the ball in his hands, and he's making the right play. Like that was an unforced 31. That's really hard to do. He just did it within the flow of the game. Made the right play, made the right pass, took the shots when they were there, and then obviously the defensive impact is the number one thing we talk about with him. The shot blocking, the rim protection, plus the 2 steals. He's getting better and better. And, those situations for being last night for him, those are great situations to learn from.
The guy that's blowing me away is Keyshawn. And I remember specifically talking to Will Dawkins after you guys drafted Keyshawn and Bub. And who's the third in that class, Cakes? Remind me.
Carrington. Yeah. Carrington, Sarr.
Sarr, right. And everybody, obviously, all the attention was on Sarr. And then, right away you could see Bub was this, competitor. And I'm like, oh, that guy's going to play, I don't know how, but he's going to play 10 years in the league because he's just a competitor. And Keyshawn, I remember talking to Will about him, and he's like, yeah, we don't know. We'll see. And he keeps talking about we're building this. We're taking as many bites at the apple as we can. Well, it looks like that was a great bite because he's going to be one of your studs. When a player like Keyshawn develops, how much of that is beyond maybe what you guys even imagined? How much of that is, wow, we didn't realize how talented he was versus, wow, this guy's work ethic is off the charts?
Well, I got to give credit to Will and the scouting department. They did a great job of evaluating guys and finding guys that fit within our culture. This guy was be a good player. He had the size, he had the basketball IQ, and then all the things that people don't see for us, or maybe from you guys, this guy's got an unbelievable work ethic.
Right.
He puts in
and that's the difference. Isn't that more than talent? It's always the difference. You
need, obviously, talent. I'm not hiring you guys to go play on the court. You need some size and some talent, but the mentality, the mental part of the game, the work ethic, and that's one of the things that we obviously really care about here, evaluating the person, what they're about, their love of the game. And we have a bunch of guys like that on the roster, and Keyshawn is obviously at the top of the chain of that. And, he's put a ton of work in the summer, and that's showing off. But, like I said, these are great situations for our guys to grow from. And you're seeing the fruit of his labor from the summer work.
Yeah, he talked about that. I think he said, I saw an interview where he's like, he basically, from May on, was just in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
He's working out every day.
Love that.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, there have been guys that wear this uniform that wasn't necessarily the case.
It's good. He's talked about the culture, the commitment. You're seeing the benefits of it.
I'll be honest with you, Coach. I'm actually finally starting to see the light because I don't like this stuff. I don't like all young players and losing for years and years and years. But I am starting to see the light a little bit because you guys are really putting together some guys.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that we had so many guys here this summer. 9 to 10 guys in our gym pretty much from May on. And then when we added the draft picks, that went up to 12, 13 guys. There's a lot of work put in. Got a great coaching staff, obviously, but also support from our medical and our performance side. Like, these guys are putting in the time, and you're seeing the fruit of that, and we're just excited to keep getting better every day. We've got another game tomorrow. We got practice today. So, these things are about putting in the time and developing the habits, and I feel like we're doing those things at a pretty high level.
Talk about Trey Johnson's start to the season. Obviously, a great shooter.
Great. Great job of identifying people that fit into the way we think here. This guy, you don't shoot the ball as well as he does without putting a tremendous amount of time into it. This guy's a gym rat, wants to be in the gym, wants to get better, and he obviously can see what he's capable of doing on the court with his shot making, ability to attack, better passer than people think. Been really, really pleased with Trey.